I never expected my wedding day to end with blood on the floor and police tape around the church. I also never expected to find out that the woman I was about to marry had killed my ex-girlfriend weeks earlier and hidden her body in our basement.
Subscribe to hear the full story.
My name is Daniel Reed. 10 years ago, I honestly thought I was the luckiest man I knew. I had a decent office job, a small house just outside the city, and a fiancée, Laura, who seemed to fit perfectly into every empty space in my life. We were a few months away from our wedding when everything started to fall apart. Although back then it all felt like little things, cracks I kept pretending not to see. Before Laura, there had been Sophia. Sophia was my first big relationship, the kind that brands itself into you whether you want it or not. We met in college and spent 3 chaotic years together. She had that kind of presence that filled an entire room. She was intense, funny, sharp, and at the same time demanding and easily jealous. Our relationship was built out of extremes. When things were good, they were incredible. When they were bad, they were a disaster. We argued in public, made up in private, and repeated that cycle until it finally broke us. The end was ugly enough that we both swore we were done for good. There were raised voices, accusations, smashed objects, and a door that closed hard enough to rattle every picture frame on my walls. After that, I told myself I would never go back to that kind of chaos. By the time I met Laura, I had turned that whole period of my life into a closed chapter. Laura was everything Sophia hadn't been. She was calm, soft-spoken, and methodical. She remembered appointments, paid bills on time, and made lists for everything. She was the first person who made me feel like a future was something that could be planned instead of survived. We met at a mutual friend's birthday party, started talking, and kept talking. Less than a year later, I moved into her place, a small white house with a crooked mailbox, a narrow kitchen, and a basement that always smelled vaguely of damp concrete and old dust. Another year after that, I proposed. She cried and said yes, and for a while my life felt stable in a way I wasn't used to. From the outside, everything looked almost boring in the best possible way. A steady relationship, a planned wedding, predictable workdays. Inside, small issues started to surface. Laura had a tendency to get uncomfortable whenever my past relationships were mentioned.